my gosh, Andrew! You were just a little boy with a runny nose not too long ago. And now look at you, all grown up and bringing home such a lovely woman. It's hard to believe my little boy has grown this much.
Mom, isn't Rachel beautiful? I told you she's amazing, didn't I?
Oh, she sure is. You can't stop smiling, can you? That grin is practically reaching your ears. You must be really happy.
Of course I'm happy. I mean, I chased after her for so long. You have no idea.
Andrew, you can't just say something like that in front of your mom. Oh, exactly. You really are something, Andrew. How can you be so bold telling your own mother that all you did was run around chasing after girls? Oh, good grief.
Well, I mean, it's true though.
Well, let me tell you, you're one lucky lady. Not every man in this world is so head over heels for his wife like your husband. I have to admit, it's kind of sweet to see. I'm not saying this just because he's my son, but Andrew's really got it all, you know. He's smart, talented, and he's got a good head on his shoulders. There's not much he can't do. Yes, he's hardworking, responsible, and so caring. And on top of all that, Rachel, you hit the jackpot with your in-laws, too. I mean, I'm not your typical mother-in-law, am I? You'll never find another like me.
Mom, seriously? Do people even brag about that? Oh, this is embarrassing.
Oh, hush now. What's wrong with me saying that? Your father is still working and in great shape, isn't he? We've got a comfortable life and we've done well for ourselves. Plus, we don't do any of that old-fashioned stuff like Thanksgiving dinners where you have to cook for an army or preparing meals for days just to host family events. I've never been about all that. Wait, you don't do Thanksgiving or big holiday meals? Nope, never liked all that fuss. It's too much work. I convinced your father that we're better off without all the stress. Hosting those huge family gatherings is exhausting. I mean, what's the point in slaving away in the kitchen for hours, spending tons of money, when you can just order something nice? And as for those formal dinners, who needs them? I've never made a big deal out of stuff like that, and I don't plan on starting now. Trust me, Rachel, you really lucked out marrying into a family like ours. Wow, I guess I really did luck out.
Hey, babe. Thanks for being so awesome today. I swear my mom can really talk, huh? My ears are still ringing. I think I'll be hearing her voice for the next week at least.
Well, you did just bring home her future daughter-in-law. I think she was just excited. My mom was the same way when you came over for the first time.
Yeah, but your mom wasn't anywhere near that level. She was more graceful, you know? She smiled shyly like she was all flustered and spoke so softly. And she had that amazing dinner spread ready for us, too. Everything was perfect. She made that amazing roast chicken and those mashed potatoes with gravy. And don't even get me started on the apple pie she baked. And while we were eating, she kept complimenting me on how much I was enjoying the meal. She made me feel like royalty. My mom, on the other hand, we just went to that barbecue place. And when I asked for dessert, she hurried us home and threw some grocery store fruit on the table. I mean, seriously, I was so embarrassed. Couldn't she have at least picked up some cake?
Well, my mom's a chef, remember? She's always been good at throwing together a meal that looks like it came straight out of a restaurant. But I'm okay with not having fancy food every time. You know, not all women love to cook, and that's totally fine. Some people just find cooking to be a lot of work.
Yeah, I know. But with my mom, it's a whole different story.
What do you mean?
My mom is... well, she's a disaster in the kitchen. She's got what you'd call the touch of doom when it comes to cooking.
Come on, you're exaggerating. She's been running the house for over 30 years. She can't be that bad.
No, I swear it. It's that bad. Honestly, I'm just glad you didn't get to experience it firsthand today. If my mom had decided to cook, I would have done everything in my power to stop her.
Wait, seriously? Is it really that bad?
Yeah, it is. I remember when my grandma was still alive. Mom made her a birthday soup once, and it was a disaster. My grandma was furious. She even accused Mom of trying to poison her.
No way. It was probably just a mistake. Maybe she didn't taste it right or something?
Nope, it wasn't a mistake. It was her cooking. The seaweed in the soup was barely soaked, so it was tough and stringy. The broth was murky, and there were bits of raw beef floating around in it. Trust me, you've never seen anything like it.
Wow, I had no idea it was that bad.
Oh, you've got no idea. My dad would refuse to come home if she was cooking. He'd rather eat out every single time. And if he did come home, he'd always have an excuse to avoid dinner. I used to get an allowance from him so I could buy food outside the house. Our family rule was simple. If Mom cooked, you didn't eat.
I guess that explains a lot. I didn't know it was this intense. So, when she says she doesn't do big family meals or holiday cooking...
It's not because she doesn't want to. It's because she can't. If she tried to make Thanksgiving dinner for the family, it'd be a disaster. My dad won't even let her near the kitchen for anything big like that. That's why there's no big holiday spread. And as for things like traditional Sunday dinners or Christmas meals, it's all for the same reason. Nobody wants to see what would happen if she tried to pull that off. Eventually, we just stopped doing them altogether.
So, it's not that she doesn't believe in them. She just doesn't know how to do them?
Exactly. That's why I was laughing so hard earlier. When she was going on and on about how easygoing our family is and how she doesn't bother with traditional holiday meals. She's just covering up for the fact that she can't cook to save her life. And trust me, everyone in the family knows it. They just go along with it to keep the peace.
Oh my god, that's hilarious! Here I was thinking she was some kind of modern minimalist genius who avoids all that stress on purpose. I feel like I've just uncovered a huge family secret.
Yeah, well, now you're in on it. But don't worry, it's kind of a running joke at this point. Just, if she ever offers to make something special for you, politely decline. I'm saving you from a nightmare. Trust me.
Duly noted. And hey, it's okay. I didn't marry you for your family's cooking skills after all. As long as we can find a good takeout spot for Thanksgiving, I'm happy.
Oh, thank God. I thought you might be disappointed or expecting more of a traditional thing. But nope, we've been a takeout for holidays family for as long as I can remember.
Honestly, I think that sounds perfect. Stress-free, no burnt turkeys or failed pies. We can make our own little traditions, right? And as long as we're together, I don't care what we eat. So it turns out that my mother-in-law's cooking skills are so notoriously bad that even her own son can't help but comment on it. I had no idea just how dreadful it was. After Andrew and I got married, I never had the chance to sample any of her home-cooked meals. In fact, the situation was such that the entire family was adamantly opposed to her ever cooking for us. My father-in-law was so wary of the possibility that he went out of his way to prevent her from even stepping into the kitchen. On the other hand, I've always had a deep passion for cooking. I've been fortunate enough to learn from my own mother, who owns and operates a very successful fine dining restaurant. Growing up, I was immersed in the culinary world from an early age. My mom's restaurant isn't just any restaurant. It's a large establishment with a diverse menu, where she would prepare everything from elegant appetizers to elaborate entrees. Growing up, I was deeply immersed in the world of cooking. My mother's restaurant meant that from a young age, I was involved in everything from handling sharp kitchen knives safely to mastering fundamental cooking techniques and understanding how to prepare and select seasonal ingredients. My mother's restaurant was a hub of activity, especially during the holiday season. Every year, she would prepare huge quantities of food, including massive batches of homemade pickles and preserves, which were a hit with our customers. This kind of large-scale food preparation became a normal part of my life. So the idea of handling traditional family meals or cooking in large quantities was something I was completely accustomed to. To be honest, if my in-laws had any traditions similar to Thanksgiving dinners or large-scale holiday feasts, I wouldn't have had any problem with it. I was already well adapted to managing and preparing large quantities of food, thanks to my upbringing in a bustling restaurant environment. My mom's place was renowned not only for its quality, but also for its impressive volume, which made me comfortable with the whole process of cooking and serving meals to many people. So, while Andrew's family might avoid these traditional practices or large meal preparations, I was more than equipped to handle it. It's simply part of who I am and how I was raised. In a way, it's comforting to know that I have these cooking skills to fall back on, especially considering the situation with my mother-in-law's culinary attempts. Or rather, the lack thereof. It's also important to note that I'm used to managing the challenges that come with preparing large meals for many people. The idea of dealing with extensive food preparations or traditional family gatherings is something I'm not only familiar with, but also quite adept at handling. So while my in-laws might have their quirks and preferences, my background in cooking and my experience with managing large-scale food operations provide me with a solid foundation. I'm confident that I can handle any food-related situation with ease, whether it's a traditional family meal or just a big dinner party.
Wow, I'm genuinely amazed. Did you really prepare all of this by yourself? Are you absolutely sure you didn't bring any of it from your parents' house? I mean, this is an incredible spread of food, and it looks absolutely fantastic.
Yes, I prepared every bit of this on my own. My parents usually handle their big holiday meal preparations at their restaurant. They cook up an extensive menu for their regular customers, especially around Thanksgiving and Christmas. But since I wasn't able to be there with them on that specific day, I decided to take on the challenge myself.
Even so, I'm thoroughly impressed. I can't believe you managed to cook all of this by yourself. It must have taken an extraordinary amount of time, effort, and skill.
Is it really that much? I only made a few classic American dishes. A whole roasted turkey with herbs and butter, a rich and savory stuffing with sausage and celery, and a variety of vegetable side dishes like roasted Brussels sprouts and creamy mashed potatoes. I decided to leave out the cranberry sauce because my mom promised she'd bring some over later, so I thought I'd save time by not making it myself.
Even just with those dishes, it seems like a lot of food. I'm genuinely amazed that you managed to prepare all of this on your own.
I only made enough to serve us for a simple meal. Nothing too extravagant. I just wanted to make sure we had a nice home-cooked dinner.
You've really outdone yourself. Is there anything I can do to assist you with?
Actually, yes. Could you help me organize and store the leftovers in the fridge? Placing the stuffing in the top container and the roasted turkey in the middle section. The vegetable dishes, like the roasted Brussels sprouts and mashed potatoes, should go in the bottom drawer of the fridge.
Roasted turkey, too. I've never had homemade turkey that's been prepared from scratch like this before. I'm really looking forward to trying it out.
The recipe is from my mom, so you can trust it's really good. I also made a big batch of rich gravy, so let's finish up cleaning the kitchen and then we can sit down to enjoy our meal together.
I honestly feel like I made the best decision by marrying you. Your cooking skills are absolutely incredible and have far exceeded my expectations. That was genuinely amazing. The turkey was cooked to absolute perfection. Juicy, tender, and seasoned just right. And the side dishes? They were exceptional. Everything was so fresh and packed with flavor. I'm thrilled I enjoyed it. I ended up having 3 full plates of food because it was just that delicious.
Seriously? Is my new daughter-in-law truly this skilled in the kitchen? She managed to prepare all of this from scratch all by herself.
Absolutely. The meal was nothing short of outstanding. I've never tasted turkey that was juicy like this before today. It really made me appreciate what a well-prepared holiday meal should taste like.
Oh, really?
The vegetable sides, like the green beans with almonds and the honey-glazed carrots, will likely taste even better after they've had a few days to meld together. I'm eagerly looking forward to that. It seems like excellent cooking skills must be a family trait. Her mom's cooking was good, but my wife's cooking takes it to a whole new level. I'm genuinely looking forward to coming home each day just to enjoy the meal she prepares.
You used to complain about your mom's cooking and would always end up eating out for dinner, remember? But now you ensure that you have every meal at home, and you never miss one.
Well, your cooking has a bit of a reputation. You're known for your destructive touch in the kitchen, where things don't always turn out quite right. Didn't you hear about the nickname you've earned? How can you compare the destructive touch with the divine touch of perfectly prepared meals? Oh, come on! Oh, and recently my wife even makes breakfast for me. She whips up a simple but delicious breakfast with scrambled eggs, crispy bacon, buttered toast, and a few fresh fruit sides like juicy strawberries and ripe bananas before I head out for the day. It's incredibly tasty. I must be exceptionally lucky to have such a wonderful partner. Who else in the world has a wife who makes breakfast every single day and does it so well? Most people would just grab a bagel or something quick from a cafe or drive-thru, but having a home-cooked breakfast is a real treat. Yeah, I used to make breakfast every day too, back in the day. So, did Dad actually eat it every day? No. He would often get frustrated and leave for work without eating. He'd complain about not wanting to waste good food and would say it was a waste of ingredients. That sounds about right. I guess my dad must have been quite the character. I wish he had found a wife who cooks as well as my wife does. What did you just say? Rachel, guess who's here? We just got to your place. Oh, well, hi, everyone. What a surprise. You didn't give me any warning you were coming. Mom, Dad, what a lovely surprise. What brings you here unexpectedly? I wasn't aware you planned to visit today. Oh, you know how it is. Robert and I have been hearing so much about your amazing culinary skills from Andrew. He's been raving about your cooking non-stop. We just had to come by and see for ourselves what all the fuss is about. I also heard that you recently prepared a huge family-style meal, and we're really excited to try the dishes you've been bragging about. We hope it's not too much trouble for you. Oh, this is such a nice surprise. But honestly, I wasn't prepared for a visit. Mom, Dad, what a delightful surprise. I didn't think you'd be here today. Didn't you say you had other plans for the afternoon? Yes, but our earlier engagement wrapped up sooner than we expected. So since we were already in the vicinity, we thought it would be a great opportunity to swing by and share a meal with you. Oh, you shouldn't have gone out of your way like this. I feel like Rachel might be feeling a bit stressed by this surprise visit. How is she supposed to prepare a proper meal with no prior notice? Why should that be an issue? You always brag about how wonderful your wife's cooking is. Oh, come on now. Honey, don't worry about it. I might not have prepared a huge feast, but I've got a few extra side dishes and plenty of rice, so there should be more than enough for everyone. Dad, do you enjoy pickles? I've got some homemade pickles I can serve if you're interested. Oh, that sounds wonderful. I'd love to try them. The rice will be ready shortly, so please make yourselves comfortable while you wait. You should also eat something soon, dear. Are you sure this is okay? I feel like it's quite a lot to handle on such a random visit. Wow, this salad is fantastic. It's so refreshing and crisp, and the radishes are incredibly crunchy and flavorful. Yes, Dad. I made sure to use the freshest radishes I could find. My mom sent over the best one she could pick out, which really enhances the taste of the pickles. Let me take a look at this dish, Rachel. What's this one here? Oh, that's braised pork belly. It's one of those things that seems super hard to make, but it's actually easier than you think. It tastes even better when served with some fresh collard greens on the side. Really? Let me give it a try. Oh wow, this is exceptional. The meat is so tender it practically melts in my mouth. See, Dad? I told you my wife's cooking is truly extraordinary. She's not only skilled at making American dishes, but also excels in preparing Mexican, French, and Italian cuisines with ease. Every day feels like a gourmet dining experience at home. There's truly nothing quite like a well-prepared home-cooked meal. Eating out every day can lead to unhealthy habits and an over-reliance on processed foods, which isn't good for anyone. These side dishes are also fantastic. This wild green is known for its health benefits, like helping to cleanse your arteries. And she's not only talented, but also incredibly thoughtful. Honestly, our daughter-in-law is a real gem. Our son must have done something really special in a past life to deserve such a wonderful partner.
Oh, really? It's just a simple side dish, though.
You're the one who can't even make a decent side dish yourself. You always use strange seasonings that result in something that tastes off. How can anyone enjoy that?
Mom, why don't you help yourself and enjoy the meal? Since you're here, you might as well have as much as you like. I've been bragging so much about the delicious meals I get at home. I didn't realize I hadn't properly prepared for your visit.
Oh, come on. Don't worry about it. I shouldn't put that kind of pressure on my daughter-in-law. Even if we hadn't mentioned us coming over, we would have been happy with just a nice meal out every now and then. If we had given her a little bit of notice, she might have prepared a larger spread for us. I didn't want to cause any extra stress for anyone.
It's really okay, Dad. I'm just glad to see you enjoying the food.
Look at that. Even someone with such impressive cooking skills has such a kind and generous heart. You speak so beautifully and with such grace. I feel terrible for showing up unannounced like this. Your mother-in-law was insistent that we come over and experience your cooking.
Oh, come on. When did I ever say that? Just enjoy the meal.
See? I'm not wrong, am I? People who can't cook well often have a poor attitude as well. It's not just about admitting your lack of skill, but also how you treat others.
Dad, if you enjoyed the pickles, I can pack some for you to take home with you. And Mom, I can prepare some of the spicy cod stew for you to take home as well. Oh, that's not necessary. I don't eat those kinds of foods anymore. I just enjoy coming over here and having a nice meal once in a while. All right, then. My husband likely intended his phone call to be a simple bragging moment, a casual way to boast about my cooking skills, without anticipating any negative fallout. Unfortunately, this seemingly innocent act had unintended consequences. That very weekend, my in-laws appeared at our doorstep completely unexpectedly, and without any prior warning or notice. They arrived with a sense of urgency and a clear expectation that we would immediately serve them a substantial meal. Fortunately, I had been planning ahead and had already prepared a selection of special dishes to mark the weekend, so I was able to put together an impressive spread on relatively short notice. My father-in-law was quite pleased with the meal and seemed genuinely appreciative of the effort. On the other hand, my mother-in-law's reaction was less positive. As she continued to eat, her expression seemed to grow more and more discontented, with every bite visibly reflecting her dissatisfaction. It was clear that her mood was influenced by the comments made by her husband and son earlier. As I tried to navigate the situation, I found myself constantly on edge, trying to read her reactions and maintain a facade of cheerful hospitality, even though it was becoming increasingly difficult and exhausting to keep up the pretense. During the meal, I made several attempts to offer her some of the leftover dishes to take home, thinking it might be a way to improve her mood or show that I cared. However, each time I made an offer, she reacted with irritation and snapped at me, making it clear that she was not interested in any further gestures or offers. This uncomfortable and tense encounter marked the beginning of a new and challenging situation, one where my mother-in-law began making daily, unannounced visits to our home. Rachel, dear! Look who's here! It's your mother-in-law, Susan! I've come by for a visit. Oh, hi, Mom. What a surprise. I didn't expect to see you today. What brings you over here without any prior notice?
Hey, Mom, it's the weekend. I thought you might be relaxing or maybe spending time with friends. What's up?
Oh, you know, I decided to drop by to have a meal with you all. Your father has been going on and on about how I should come over and see what a wonderful cook you are. He's been raving about your cooking skills, so I thought I'd come and learn about it for myself. So what's on the menu today? I'm absolutely famished and curious about what you've got planned for our meal. What are we having for lunch or dinner today? Well, I was thinking of preparing a simple fish stew for today. It's a dish that takes a bit of time to cook properly, but it's quite delicious. The fish stew needs about another 30 minutes or so to be fully ready. What? A fish stew? That sounds like it's taking quite a while. I'm starving here, so could you hurry it up? I was expecting to eat sooner. I understand, Mom. It's just that the fish stew needs to simmer for the flavors to meld together properly. It really needs about 30 more minutes to be perfect. What kind of fish stew takes that long? That seems rather excessive for a simple meal. Can't you speed things up a bit? Are you delaying the meal on purpose because you don't want to serve me? I don't understand why it should take so long for a stew to cook.
Mom, it's the weekend and we're having a bit of a later lunch. The fish stew really does need the full cooking time to be done right. And anyway, Rachel is just following the recipe. It's not like she's trying to keep us waiting intentionally.
Even if it's the weekend, are you telling me that cooking a stew takes 30 minutes? I could cook a stew in 10 minutes if I really tried. Mom, that's not quite how it works. Cooking a stew properly involves simmering, which cannot be rushed. It's the process that gives the dish its rich flavor.
When it comes to cooking, some things just need more time. Even boiling potatoes or sweet potatoes takes longer than 10 minutes.
What? Are you implying that your mother doesn't know how to cook properly? Is that what you're saying about my cooking skills?
If you don't want to hear any negative comments, then perhaps you should stay quiet or go home. If you want to eat, please sit quietly and let her finish cooking.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe how rude you're being. Is this how you treat your mother? This is unacceptable. I feel like my stress levels are through the roof. It's as if I'm about to explode from the pressure. Huh? Where did it all go? I can't seem to find it.
What are you looking for, honey? What's missing?
Did you possibly finish all the meatballs I made over the weekend? The ones I put in the fridge for us?
Oh, you're talking about the meatballs you made, right?
Yes, the meatballs we had over the weekend. I remember you had some yesterday. Did you end up eating them all? I made a whole batch of them on the weekend, and I placed them in the fridge ready to be cooked whenever we wanted. But now they seem to be gone.
Are you absolutely sure you looked everywhere? There's no other place where they could be hiding.
I'm positive. Our refrigerator isn't that big, so if they're not in there, they must be somewhere else.
Well, considering it's just the two of us, and we don't have anyone else who would be eating them. I mean, they were really delicious, and I did have a few, but...
Where could they possibly have gone? I thought I made enough to last for a while.
Maybe Mom came over and had some too. She's been visiting us almost every day lately, and with all the cooking and activities we've been busy with, it's possible we might have run out without realizing it.
That makes sense. It's just surprising how quickly they disappeared.
I doubt that anyone else took them. It's probably just that we finished them ourselves without noticing.
Yeah, that must be what happened. It's just unexpected to see them gone so quickly. As I kept noticing that the quantity of side dishes in our refrigerator was dwindling rapidly, I found myself increasingly perplexed and concerned. I mean, these weren't just any side dishes. They were the ones I had carefully prepared myself from scratch. I personally went grocery shopping, handpicked each ingredient, and spent hours in the kitchen cooking everything with love and care. I was fully aware of how much food I had originally put away, so watching it vanish at such an alarming rate was deeply troubling. At first, I was inclined to believe Andrew's explanation that the frequent visits from his parents were causing the food to disappear faster than usual. He assured me that since his parents were coming over so often, it was only natural for the food to be consumed more quickly. However, as the days passed, my initial trust in his explanation began to waver. The rate at which the food was vanishing seemed to accelerate, and there were even days where an entire container of food would mysteriously disappear without a trace. What struck me the most was the disappearance of my homemade chili. I typically portion out the chili into smaller containers for daily use and regularly check the larger container to monitor how much is left. Each time I checked it, it appeared that nearly half of the chili had disappeared. Despite this growing concern, I never imagined that someone might be helping themselves to the food I had painstakingly prepared. I mean, who in their right mind would steal homemade chili from someone's refrigerator? We're not living in a time of extreme scarcity where such desperate actions would be considered. It was truly baffling. Oh, I'm really not feeling well today. I think it's best if I stay home and get some rest. I've already informed my workplace about my condition, so I'm taking the day off to recover. Oh, wait a minute. Who could that be? Is that you, Andrew? That doesn't sound like his usual way of coming home at all. What's happening? Who could it possibly be? It's hard to see clearly from where I'm hiding. Only Andrew and I have keys to our house. So who else could have access? I'm really scared right now. I'm feeling dizzy and completely overwhelmed. Hello? Is this the police? I really need your help urgently.
Yes, this is the police. How can we assist you?
There's someone in my house. It seems like they're going through our food. Please, I'm terrified and need immediate assistance.
Please try to remain calm. Can you tell me exactly where you are hiding in the house?
I'm currently resting in the bedroom because I'm feeling unwell. The intruder used a key to enter through the front door and is now making their way to the kitchen and the fridge.
They used a key to gain entry? That's very concerning.
Yes, only my husband and I have keys to our house. The intruder is now rummaging through our refrigerator.
We're sending officers to your location right away. In the meantime, stay hidden and do not attempt to confront the intruder. Keep us informed of any developments.
Please hurry. I'm so frightened right now.
Hello, ma'am. Are you all right now? The situation has been handled, and you can safely come out from where you've been hiding.
Thank you so much, officer. I was absolutely terrified, and I feel like I'm still shaking. I've never been this scared before in my life. I'm just so relieved that you're here now.
You did very well by staying hidden and keeping yourself calm. Everything should be resolved now, and it's safe for you to come out.
I really appreciate all your help and the swift response. I didn't know what to do, and it's been a nightmare.
We did apprehend the individual who entered your home, but there seems to be a strange situation. The person is insisting she is not a thief, but rather a family member of the homeowner.
Wait, are you saying the intruder claims to be related to us? This is just unbelievable.
Yes, exactly. Would you like to come and meet this person to sort out the confusion?
Yes, absolutely. I need to see this for myself. Oh, wait. Mom? Rachel! It's me, your mother-in-law. Please tell these officers that I'm just family and not a thief. I can't believe they're not believing me just because I'm saying I'm related to the homeowner.
Is this truly a family matter? Can you confirm if this person is indeed a relative?
Yes, that's my mother-in-law. I couldn't see clearly before, but now I realize it's definitely her. I'm just in shock. Why wouldn't you believe me? I'm the mother of the homeowner. Why would you think I'm a thief? This is ridiculous.
Since this appears to be a family issue, it would be best if you both discuss it privately and try to resolve it among yourselves.
Yes, thank you, officer. I appreciate your help. I'll handle this from here. Oh, my shoulders are killing me! Look at what you've done! This whole mess is because of you! Why did you have to call the police and make a public scene? Now everyone in the neighborhood will know about this. Actually, I have something to say about that, Mom. Why did you come into our house without any warning? Were you the one who's been taking our food all along? Well, if you're saying that I took some food, what's the big deal? It's not like I stole anything valuable. I wouldn't have known anything if I hadn't been home today. Why did you do this? So now you're saying that taking a bit of food is the same as stealing? What kind of complaint is that? How dare you speak to your mother-in-law like that? This is outrageous. Didn't your parents teach you better manners and respect? Mom, seriously. Yes, I took some food. So what? What are you going to do about it? Ever since your father tried the food you made, he's been craving only your dishes. He won't stop talking about how good your cooking is. He's so obsessed with your cooking that he keeps saying I should learn to make dishes like you and stop using my own recipes. Now he's been constantly complaining about how good your cooking is and criticizing my own recipes.
Even if that's the case, couldn't you have just asked for some? Was it so difficult to request some side dishes instead of just taking them without asking?
Oh, so you think you're so perfect at cooking now? You should have offered to make and give us some of those dishes. Do I have to explicitly ask you to make food for us? Am I a beggar asking for scraps? Seeing how often we're coming over to eat, I thought you'd know to make a little extra and hand it over.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe this. So you're saying I should just be a servant to my in-laws? Is that what you're implying? I've been putting up with being used just for food, and now this has gone too far. And on top of that, you barged in without any notice.
What? You really think I'm being treated like a joke here?
Yes, I'm starting to see it that way now. I've been trying to be polite and not show how uncomfortable I was, but this has crossed the line. You need to call your son. I'm going back to my parents' house. I don't want anything more to do with a home where intruders break in. I'm going to my parents' house. I'm leaving everything up to your son to sort out. I don't want to be part of this any longer. Can you believe it? The so-called thief that the police caught was actually my mother-in-law. How many daughters-in-law have ever had to deal with such a shocking situation? After our heated argument, I packed a few essentials and headed straight to my parents' house. My husband, upon hearing the urgent news, rushed over as quickly as he could and started begging for forgiveness, trying his best to make things right.
Honey, I'm so sorry for everything that's happened. I truly never imagined that my mom would act like this. I'm really sorry, and I hope you can forgive me.
Right now, I'm not in the mood to talk to you. I need some space. Just wait until I'm ready to reach out.
Please, I'm begging you to talk to me. I'm so sorry for what happened. I never meant for things to get this bad. I know I've made mistakes, and I'm willing to make amends. I'll do anything to make this right.
What exactly are you apologizing for? Just thinking about your mother and what happened is making my head spin. I'm beyond frustrated. I need you to just let me have some space right now.
Honestly, the issue with the house key, it was actually my doing. I was the one who gave it to her.
What? You're saying that you gave her the key?
At first, I had no intention of giving her the key, but she kept pestering me for it. Since she was always coming over, I got fed up, and I figured she'd mostly come over when we were home. I thought it would be okay because we'd agreed she'd call ahead. I never imagined she'd start sneaking in like this.
So you're telling me that you gave the house key to your mother without consulting me? And you knew she was taking food from our home? You knew everything and didn't say anything?
At first, I didn't know. I swear. I didn't have a clue until you mentioned the missing meatballs. I thought maybe she just ate everything because she was really hungry. I didn't expect her to keep doing it so regularly.
To me, it seems like you're an accomplice in this whole mess. Do you even know how much I've been struggling with this? Do you know how scared I was when I thought there was a real thief in our house? I can't stand this anymore. I'm so done with all of it.
I'm sorry. I'll make sure she apologizes to you. I'll make her admit to everything. I'll make her apologize for taking the food and for sneaking into the house. Please forgive me. I'm begging you.
All right then. Go and tell your mom to apologize. Tell her she needs to say sorry for everything she's done. Taking food and breaking into our home. If she doesn't apologize, I'm seriously considering divorce.
What? Divorce over this? You're willing to end our marriage over this situation?
As soon as you say, just over this, you're proving my point. If you don't want to fix it, then just get out of my way.
Okay. I'm sorry, honey. Don't be so angry. Your health still isn't completely back to normal. I'll get my mother to apologize, I promise. Just focus on resting at your parents' house for now.
What?
You want me to apologize to my daughter-in-law? That's what you're asking.
Mom, you've done something wrong. Rachel was very shocked and upset by what happened. And you've taken a lot of food over time without permission.
I don't see why I should have to do that. Why should I be forced to apologize? Isn't it a minor issue? Just about some food.
Is that what you really think, Mom? That it's just a trivial matter?
Yes! Nowadays, there are many mothers-in-law who openly demand food from their children's homes. I only took some side dishes quietly. I consider myself a reasonable mother-in-law. Don't you understand that?
Stop talking about how reasonable you are. You didn't ask for permission. You just took what you wanted. And now you're acting like you've done nothing wrong. Dad told me you've been taking food, and you've been saying Rachel has been generous. But seriously, no daughter-in-law gives away half a casserole each time she visits. Who gives away a whole week's worth of side dishes?
How dare you speak to me like that? How can you accuse me of being so terrible?
It's not just about the food. Rachel puts in a lot of effort every weekend. Shopping for groceries, prepping ingredients, cooking all day, sweating over the stove. I help out a bit, but I can't match half of what Rachel does. And you think it's just food? If you want to learn how to make it, why not ask us instead of taking it without asking?
You're calling me a thief!
It's not just about asking for a favor. Rachel will gladly cook something special for you if you asked. But taking without permission and not even apologizing is wrong. And saying it's nothing, that's just insulting.
I said it's not my fault. I didn't mean to upset anyone.
I was going to make you apologize to her, but now I'm really at my limit. Are you refusing to apologize? Are you forcing me to choose between you and my marriage?
Fine! If that's how you feel, then get on with it. I'm not going to be a part of this.
All right, I guess I'm done trying to fix things. I'm stepping away from this.
What? So now my own son is abandoning me. What a mess. Oh, woe is me! So, let me get this straight. After all this, we still haven't received an apology?
Honey, I can't tell you how truly sorry I am. I never imagined in my wildest dreams that things would turn out like this. Please, understand that I am deeply regretful about everything that happened.
I've reached my breaking point. I don't want to deal with this any longer. Let's just go ahead and get a divorce.
What? Are you seriously saying you want a divorce? Is this really what you want? You're serious about ending our marriage over this? No, I can't handle this. I can't possibly imagine living without you. I can't get divorced from you.
You made a promise. You agreed that if we didn't get an apology from your mother, we'd get a divorce. Do you remember that promise? I'm at the end of my rope here. I can't continue living with your mother always around. I just can't deal with it anymore. If we don't get divorced, we'll be stuck in this situation where we'll keep seeing each other and dealing with these issues daily. I don't want to live like that. I don't want to be in the same house with someone who's acting like a thief, sneaking around.
I'm so sorry. I really don't want to get a divorce. I'll make sure my mom stays away from us permanently. I'll make a point of ensuring she has absolutely no contact with us moving forward. I'll do everything I can to make sure you never have to deal with her again. I promise. How about we consider moving closer to your parents' place? That way she won't be able to come over easily. If we can't stick to this agreement, if this doesn't work out, then fine. We can consider getting a divorce. But I swear, I'll make sure it doesn't come to that.
All right. But I'm holding you to this promise. You'd better follow through this time.
Oh, look at that. Now you're cut off from the delicious meals that your daughter-in-law used to prepare for you. This is absolutely ridiculous. You've managed to completely ruin things by being so obstinate and secretive.
What exactly have I done wrong? What did I do that's so terrible that it justifies this whole situation? Seriously, what did either of us do that's so wrong to warrant this kind of reaction? Seriously, whether it's our son or you, What did I do so wrong?
Because of what you've done, we no longer get to enjoy those wonderful, tasty meals that Rachel used to make for us. You should have just been upfront and asked her if you could have some of the food. What's the big deal about asking for help? Why be so prideful and secretive?
What's this nonsense about pride? Do you really think it's beneath me to ask my daughter-in-law for some cooking tips or to share recipes?
Yes. It would have been better if you just tried to learn how to cook instead of just taking what was given to you. There are plenty of cooking classes and online resources available. You could have learned.
How dare you speak to me like that? I've done nothing wrong here.
I feel like I've sacrificed everything for a wife who can't appreciate or even try to improve her cooking skills.
What? You're threatening to leave me now? Fine. If you want a divorce, let's just go ahead and get it over with. I can't live like this anymore, being ignored and belittled. And what about the cooking? Do I have to do all the cooking while you just sit around?
I'm out working every single day, earning the money. I've done far more cooking and preparing than you ever have. And if I just need to make the food edible, that's all I'm asking. I don't need it to be gourmet.
No, I'm not going to cook if you're not going to appreciate it.
You're not even willing to try. You're giving up without making any effort. Fine, let's get a divorce then. I can't continue living like this. Living with you is either going to give me a heart attack or make me sick. I'm done with this.
What? Just by mentioning divorce, you're seriously considering it?
Yes, let's do it. Let's get a divorce now. It's about time I found some freedom from this oppressive situation.
Wait, dear. Don't do anything rash. So, in the end, my in-laws didn't end up getting a divorce, but they did decide to live separately. They call it a separation, which is a bit different from a formal divorce. Normally, when people choose to live apart, it's expected that the man will struggle with household chores and become quite worn out over time. You know, they say that a man who doesn't know how to cook or take care of a home can quickly become overwhelmed and age much faster than he should. But with my in-laws, it was actually the opposite of what people usually expect. My father-in-law seemed to be rejuvenated by the change. He actually looked healthier and more vibrant after the separation. On the other hand, my mother-in-law, who had always been quite active and involved in family matters, started to look more haggard and worn out. It was almost as if the separation took a physical toll on her instead of my father-in-law. What's even more amusing is that not long after the separation, there was another drama. My father-in-law, who had been getting along relatively well on his own, ended up having a huge blow-up. It turned out that my mother-in-law, who apparently couldn't let go of old habits, started sneaking into my father-in-law's house and stealing his food. She was taking his home-cooked meals, and this really infuriated my father-in-law. He was absolutely furious, saying that he couldn't believe someone would act like that. Instead of asking for food or offering to help cook, my mother-in-law was simply taking it without any permission. My father-in-law was so upset, saying it was beyond unreasonable. He felt that this was just too much, and he couldn't accept it. My mother-in-law's response to this was even more outrageous. She said that she missed the taste of my father-in-law's cooking, which was a strange excuse given the situation. It seemed like she was making light of the whole issue, which only made things worse. Laughably, both my father-in-law and I were left completely exasperated by the situation. It's clear that someone who has spent their whole life benefiting from other people's hard work isn't going to change overnight. My mother-in-law's behavior is unlikely to change, so I've been keeping my distance even more now. It's not that I have a problem with someone not being able to cook. What really concerns me is the attitude of someone who refuses to put in their own effort and instead expects to get things for free from others. That kind of behavior, taking things without permission, can never be justified, no matter the circumstances. Since that incident, my husband has learned a lesson too. Whenever I'm cooking or preparing meals, he now makes an effort to come over, help out, and learn how to cook. It's clear that a healthy relationship requires effort from both sides, not just one person making all the sacrifices. Both partners need to contribute and work together to make things work. That's where I'll wrap up today's story. If you enjoyed hearing about this, please remember to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time!
Have you divorced your husband yet? If you haven't left him already, hurry up because I'm waiting.
I'm so sorry, but I think you have the wrong number.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and forget about these messages. Honestly, I think you'd probably better double-check your contacts. Well then, I'm going to end the conversation here.
Hold on a second. This is Lucy, isn't it? Your husband is Nathan, right?
How do you know my name?
See? I know exactly who you are. I knew I was talking to you from the start, you selfish old witch.
Excuse me? Selfish old what now? Hold on, just wait a second. You said you knew me. What do you want from me?
I already told you what I want from you. I want you to hurry up and leave your husband. But just in case you didn't understand, I'll say it again. Hurry up and break up with Nathan.
Sorry, who are you? And why are you messaging me all of a sudden? Also, why the hell would I listen to the request of some random person I've never even met?
I mean, it's pretty obvious. There's only one reason I tell you to get a divorce. Duh. Don't worry. I'll spell it out for you, though. I'm dating your husband.
Excuse me?
Oh, right. How rude of me. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Nathan's girlfriend, Maria. Nice to meet you, by the way. I've been dating Nathan for about 2 years now.
2 years?
That's right. I've been waiting for the day I can finally marry the love of my life for over 2 years. That's why I want you to hurry up and break up with him. Besides, Nathan's always talking about how much he wishes he could leave you to be with me.
Sorry, I just need a minute to process what you're saying. So, let me get this straight. You knew that Nathan was married, am I right? But you still went ahead and decided to pursue a relationship with him?
Of course! Why wouldn't I? We don't like to keep secrets from each other.
This has to be a joke. So you began dating him knowing he was married, right? And now you're pushing for him to get a divorce?
Yes! What's so crazy about that? I just want to be with the man I love. All I want is to hurry up and get married so that I can support my husband, the president of a successful company, as his loving and adoring wife.
You want to support him as a loving and adoring wife?
Look, Lucy, let me be real with you. I get why you don't want to divorce your husband. Being the wife of a company president who runs a successful business is an amazing position worthy of respect. And of course, you don't want to lose that. Plus, think of a luxurious lifestyle you have to lose, all thanks to your husband's job.
I'm sorry, what?
I know this must be hard for you, but very soon your position and your lifestyle will all become mine. And then you'll just be the lonely and miserable old divorcee who lost her husband to a younger woman.
Hold on a second. Why the hell am I listening to you spout this trash? I can't believe you were selfish enough to make a move on a married man. You've really got some nerve walking around with an attitude like that.
Go cry me a river.
Do you understand what's going to happen to you now? You do realize that you made a move on a married man, right? You're about to find out what happens when you mess around with someone else's husband.
Oh, I'm about to find out what happens, am I? What are you going to do? Sue me?
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. The fact that you even went so far as to message me, his wife, so confidently is really the icing on the cake. Don't you even care about being sued?
I'm so sorry, Lucy, but I'm not scared of being sued in the slightest.
Excuse me?
I'm already prepared to pay whatever I need to. That's why I decided to message you directly to tell you to leave your husband.
Wait, you mean you've already set money aside in case you get sued?
Ding ding! She's finally got it! Now that that's all clear, can you hurry up up and divorce Nathan now, please?
Hey, Dean. I'm so sorry for texting you so suddenly. Do you happen to know where Nathan is at the moment? Hi, Lucy. Nathan is out on his lunch break at the moment. I don't think he'll be back for at least another hour. Oh, so he's gone out for lunch. Did something happen? I can pass on a message if you'd like. No, don't worry. It's nothing. Plus, it's not related to work. I think that this is definitely more of a private topic. Do you have a bit of time to talk right now? Sure, I'm just in the middle of my break. I know I really shouldn't be asking you something like this, but have you heard anything about Nathan having an affair at all? What? Is he having an affair? It looks like it. Someone reached out to me a few minutes ago. It was a woman claiming to be Nathan's girlfriend. What? He's having an affair and she texted you? Like on purpose? Right? I was shocked too. I need to ask Nathan if it's true, but he's not answering any of my calls. I see. Have you seen or heard anything that would suggest he's been cheating? Anything at all? I haven't seen or heard a thing. When you said he'd been cheating on you, I was shocked too. Oh, right. Well, if you don't know anything, then I guess there's not much I can do. You're with him all the time after all. Hold on a second. Now that you mention it, I do remember something. He has been stepping out of work a lot recently. Really? I don't care how insignificant it is, but please just tell me everything you know. Well, he went out for lunch today. I know it probably doesn't sound that strange. The only thing is, until a few years ago, he used to order his lunch at the office because he said it was the only place he could eat in peace. He's been doing this for years? Yeah. Also, all his appointments for today were out of office. He used to take most of them online, but for about a year now, he's been going out to meet with clients. And when he does go out, he usually doesn't come back for at least a few hours. Plus, lately, it's become quite difficult to reach him more often now. Hey, Dean. I know I've already asked a lot of you, but is there any way I could see his schedule for the last 2 years? Also, all of the days and times you couldn't contact him. If you could get all of that information together for me, I'd be willing to personally pay you a generous amount for the extra work. Wait, seriously? Yeah, of course. Have you been using your vacation time? I heard it was pretty busy up until recently. Actually, I haven't had a single day off in over 6 months. Things at the company have finally settled down, though, so I booked a few days off starting tomorrow. My God, that man. He's always overworking his employees. Go ahead and take the rest of the day off if you want. Can I really take the rest of the day off? That would be great. Sure, of course you can. In fact, consider it an order. I'll tell my husband later, so you don't need to worry about telling him. Thank you so much. Could I ask you to do something else for me? I know I've already asked for a lot, including asking you to get my husband's schedule. But do you think you could keep this conversation between us? It would really mean a lot. I mean, if this is an official order from the president's wife, then I have to follow it. Okay then. Let's call this another order from the president's wife then. Enjoy your time off.
Hello? How long is it actually going to take for you to leave Nathan? It's been weeks and I'm still waiting.
I know, and I'm so sorry I've made you wait so long. But getting divorced is trickier than I imagined. It's taking a lot longer than I thought it would.
What?
I tried getting Nathan to open up about the two of you, but he won't say a word about your relationship. I think he had enough after a while because he hasn't come home for a week.
Well, of course he hasn't gone home, silly. He's with me right now.
What a shock. He can't handle having a conversation about the divorce, so he runs off to you.
Do you finally get it now? He chose me over you. Just give up and get divorced already.
You know what? You're right. I can't wait to get a divorce. But at the same time, I don't think that I can just end my entire marriage without some kind of apology or even a reason.
I don't really care what you think. This is all some kind of tactic to draw out the divorce, isn't it? Of course, there goes the selfish old witch again, clinging to something that doesn't belong to her.
Excuse me?
Fine. If you won't speed up the process, I will. I'm going to offer you a huge sum of money, and then you're going to take it and leave your husband. How's $75,000 to cover the amount in damages, huh?
Are you serious? You'd be willing to pay that much?
Duh! So you're going to back off and get that divorce now, right?
I guess so. When you're offered that much money, everything seems insignificant, am I right? But I am curious. How can you afford to offer that much? I doubt that's the kind of money a young woman just starting out in life can afford to pay so easily.
Don't underestimate me. If I really wanted to, I could get that money together right now.
How is that possible?
I work at a strip club, so I make more than enough.
So that's what you do.
Nathan and I actually met while I was working one night. Under normal circumstances, we're not allowed to have relationships with our customers. But I couldn't just let the president of a successful company slip away now, could I? Plus, all the girls I work with end up marrying men with money and power.
Right. So you specifically chose my husband, Nathan, then?
Of course! He's kind and good-looking. Not to mention, he's the president of his own company. What's not to like? I couldn't have picked a more perfect man. And that's exactly why I need to become his wife. I'm offering you $75,000, so you'd better hold up your end of the deal and divorce him. Unlike you, I was born to become the wife of the president.
I mean, that's all well and good, except I'm his boss.
What?
I don't care if your life's goal is to become the wife of the president of some company. In fact, be my guest. But if I were you, I would watch my behavior and choose my words very wisely from now on.
You know what? You really do come up with the most unbelievable trash. I'm his boss. You're right. There's no one above the president.
Oops, sorry. You're right. He's the president now too, I forgot. I'm not sure if you know this, but he used to be my subordinate. It's hard to shake off the past sometimes, you know.
What did you say? He used to work under you.
Yep. Our marriage started off as an office romance. After we got married, I was doing really well at work and managed to work my way up. Nathan, on the other hand, kept making mistake after mistake and was demoted instead. After a while, I became his boss. But Nathan couldn't deal with his wife being his boss, so he left the company to start his own.
Okay.
He left the company in a hurry and didn't plan what he would do after he left very well. So, for a while, he couldn't find any work at all. Finally, though, he ended up finding work as a subcontractor with my company through one of his connections.
Wait, what?
So, I guess it's true. Nathan is the president of his own company now. But our professional relationship is the same as it was when he was my subordinate at the company we used to work at together. What hasn't changed, though, is that he still makes a lot of mistakes. Oh, and he always takes his anger out on me.
Hold on a second. I need a minute to process this.
Sure, take all the time you need.
Let me get this straight. Nathan runs his own business, right? He told me he has his own employees. So I thought it was a normal company.
I mean, yeah, sure. If you count having one employee as enough to call yourself the president of your own company. In all honesty, he can't even afford to hire anyone full-time. He only does it so he can tell other people that he's the boss of his own company.
He wouldn't do that.
Hey, I understand getting excited at the thought of getting yourself the president of some company. I'm just sorry he turned out to be such a disappointment. Surprisingly, starting your own business is a lot easier than you would think. Even if the president is as useless as a glass hammer.
Wait, hold on. You're lying to me. He wouldn't do that to me. He paid for all of our dates. He always gave me designer handbags.
Well, there you have it then. That's a man's pride for you. Luckily, he didn't touch our shared bank account. I'm sure his personal bank account is completely empty by now, though.
What?
To put things simply, I'm his wife and his client. So that means I know how much he's being paid for the work he's doing at the very least.
Just wait. I need a minute. There's one thing I need to know. Let's say I did marry Nathan as planned. Does this mean I wouldn't be able to live the life of luxury I had planned? I was meant to live in the penthouse of some high-rise somewhere.
Honestly, I think it would be faster for you to continue working at the strip club and save up than rely on Nathan.
This can't be happening.
Okay, well, I'm going to get the divorce papers now. I'll sign them by the end of the day. Oh, I almost forgot. I'll be expecting the $75,000 you offered in damages by the end of the month. Don't forget, you're the one who suggested such a large amount. Sorry to bother you, Lucy. Do you have a minute to talk? Sure, what's up? Aren't you supposed to be on vacation? About that, I just got a call from Nathan. He called to tell me he's dissolving the business and that I'm fired. He said he couldn't afford to keep me on anymore because the job we were working on was terminated. What? So, Nathan decided to give up the business then. Is this my fault? Am I the reason this subcontracting job fell through? Did I do something wrong? It wasn't your fault, Dean. The job falling through had nothing to do with you at all. This is all my fault. I'm so sorry. Do you remember the design proposal we submitted for this month? The truth is, I was the one who designed it. All the way up to the final checks, I was the one who did everything. If you've decided to terminate the job based on this month's design plans, please reconsider. I'm begging you. Wait, what? You're talking about the design plans the firm submitted for this month, right? Do you mean to say that you created them all on your own? Yes. Nathan said he was busy meeting with clients for the next job. So this month he left me in charge of creating the whole proposal for the first time. I'm so sorry. I didn't think it would be bad enough to get us kicked off the job. Wait, hold on a second. This is unbelievable. I can't believe he would say that to you. What's worse, I can't believe he'd push all that work onto you. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to fix the proposal. So please, I'm begging you to reconsider. Please give us one more chance to prove that we can do the job. I never dreamed that anyone in this industry would be willing to hire someone like me with no experience. Please, this is the only chance I've got. Calm down, Dean. I promise the job falling through had nothing to do with you. Actually, I thought the design proposal for this month was amazing. In fact, I think it's the best one we've ever got. Really? To tell you the truth, Nathan and I are getting a divorce. Do you remember earlier when I told you that Nathan's girlfriend reached out to me? Oh, that's right. So it all ended up being true then. I'm afraid so. I really can't believe that he would be bold enough to cheat on me while working as a subcontractor at my company. What's worse, he just dumped all his work onto you while doing it. I think the only reasonable option was to break off our company's partnership with his firm. You can't put someone with no social credibility in charge of an important job. So, this really wasn't my fault? Not even a little bit. In fact, I've heard really great things about your work. If you're up for it, how about coming over to work for us? Wait, what? The design proposal you came up with for this month was flawless. And you managed to do it start to finish all by yourself, right? You're more than capable of doing the job. We'd love to welcome you as a full-time employee here. You'd really hire someone like me? You'll have access to a lot of employee benefits with us. Plus, you can expect more than a few bonuses here. I know nothing's been put into writing yet, but let me just tell you, you can expect at least double what you earned at Nathan's company here. I'd be honored to work with you. I can't believe this is happening. How about we go grab a coffee and sort out the details soon, okay? Just tell me when you're free so we can sort out a day to discuss it all. I'd love to organize a time for you to have a sit-down chat with me in the HR department. Definitely. I'll check my schedule and get back to you as soon as possible. Hey, Maria. I still haven't received the $75,000 you owe me yet.
Excuse me? Why the hell would I pay you that kind of money? Especially since I decided not to marry Nathan after all. Besides, we broke up.
What?
I'm letting you have him. I don't want him anymore. So there's no need for me to pay you damages.
Hold on just a second. Not so fast. Don't you remember? You already promised me that money. I did exactly what you asked me to and got a divorce.
And what's that got to do with me? Why would anyone want to marry someone else's leftovers? Don't you see that I was tricked? I'm the real victim here.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that happily cheating with a married man for months makes someone a victim.
Yeah, well, in this case, it does. I thought that if I could just get my hands on Nathan, I would finally have everything I wanted. But that idiot has no work coming in. He fired his only employee and he gave up his business. If I went ahead and married him, I would be miserable, obviously.
So the shoe finally dropped, huh? Good for you.
This isn't a joke. I'm telling you, I'm not paying you a dime. I'm giving him back. So how about we just put this whole thing behind us and pretend like the whole cheating thing never happened?
I can't do that. Besides, I've already gone through with my end of the deal. So I'll be expecting the damages money you so kindly offered to pay, as promised. After all, wasn't it you who offered to pay me $75,000 to leave my husband in the first place?
Huh? And so what if I did? Promising something over text is the same as saying it out loud. It has no meaning. I have no reason to be scared of breaking some insignificant promise.
Is that right?
Why would I just give you $75,000 for nothing? I didn't sign a contract, did I? A promise like the one I made to you has no value.
I am sorry to tell you this, but even something written over text can be used as a contract. Seeing as that's the case, I can sue you for evasion of payment.
Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't know? Of course, a contract written up and signed by both of us would have been the best choice, but texts and emails go quite a long way when it comes to proof of contract.
Are you serious?
I made sure to write out that you offered to pay me $75,000 to me in damages, which you then confirmed. After that, I set a deadline for the end of the month, which you also confirmed. All of that was just to make sure that any third party who looked over this conversation could see what you had agreed to. I think that's enough proof of a contract, don't you? I can use this text conversation to sue you for what you owe me.
This can't be happening. I didn't know about any of this. This isn't fair.
No, you know what's not fair? The way you tried to worm your way out of paying for ruining my marriage. Well then, I'll be waiting for your wire transfer. In the end, Maria didn't end up paying me the money on time. After waiting over a month for her to pay up, I had no choice but to turn up at the strip club she worked at. As soon as she saw me there with my lawyer, her face went pale. Shortly after that, her manager caught wind of the situation and decided to get involved. Maria was forced to pay me the $75,000 she owed me right there on the spot. Later on, I heard that Maria was in big trouble with her manager. Since she had broken the rule banning relationships with customers, it seems like Maria had to pay another several $1,000 fine to keep her job. As for my ex-husband, Nathan, I haven't heard that much from him. Apparently, after dissolving his business, he began living and working part-time at a convenience store to make ends meet. Dean, on the other hand, who we brought over from Nathan's company, has been a great help. Not only is he excellent and efficient at his job, he's learning so quickly. I think he can become one of our star employees. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, please like and subscribe for more.
Hey, Katie. We'll be living together from tomorrow, right?
Hi there, Avery. It's been a while. I think all of my things that I mailed should have arrived by now. I'll do my best to make it seem like I'm not even there, so don't worry.
I'll make sure to hold you to that. But I'm not holding my breath. This is just what we needed. Some waste of space to get in the way. I can hardly wait.
Is something wrong, Avery?
Look, before you get here tomorrow, we need to talk. I'm not looking forward to this in the slightest. How many weeks minimum are we looking at here? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? My parents may be willing to let you stay for however long you need to, but I am not my parents. I don't want you living with us any longer than the absolute bare minimum.
Well, honestly, at the moment, I haven't got a solid time frame for how long I'll be staying with you. I know that might sound bad, but it's really upsetting that you aren't looking forward to being able to see me more.
Please tell me you're joking. So you're just going to be here indefinitely then? Is that what you're saying? I don't need anyone else taking up space. Why would I want to live with anyone other than my immediate family?
You shouldn't say things like that, Avery. That's really hurtful. I am your mother's sister, after all. Aren't I family too? It's not like we're total strangers.
Cut it out! I don't want to hear that. I don't want to even think about being related to someone as pathetic as you.
Where are all of these awful things coming from? Pathetic? Waste of space? There's no reason you should ever say something so rude about your family members.
Are you joking? Do you lack any semblance of self-awareness? Maybe your brain has just stopped working?
You are taking things too far, Avery. This whole situation isn't as big of a deal as you're making it out to be.
I've heard everything from my mother already. You're unemployed right now, aren't you? Collecting unemployment or something? So there's basically nothing you can do for my parents. You're totally unreliable. And now you're just going to try and squeeze into my parents' tiny house because you can't take care of yourself. You really are such a pathetic old woman.
Is that so? Your mother told you about my whole situation already?
Of course she did. Both my mom and dad tell me everything. They would never keep something from me, especially not something like this. I know all about how you're unemployed and haven't got a cent to your name.
I see. I never realized they were so open and honest with you about everything. May I ask you one thing then? Yes, you are right that I am not currently employed. But you know, I could just as easily say the same thing for you, right?
What are you getting at?
You aren't the only one who's close with your mom, you know. You've come up in a few of our conversations. I know that since you graduated from university last year, you've had a bit of trouble finding work. You've been at home since then, right? I think you could be a little more sympathetic of my situation.
What? Are you trying to compare us? We are not at all the same. Our situations are completely different. I'm deliberately not working. Don't compare me to you. We are not in the same boat.
Are you sure about that? We are both unemployed. Am I missing something?
You absolutely are missing something. We are totally different. I am waiting for the perfect job, and I won't settle for any less. Unlike you aren't getting accepted to any jobs, even if you want to work for them. How can you compare your pathetic situation to mine? I am nothing like you.
I think we have more in common than you realize.
As if you talk to my mom so much, I bet she's told you about how well I did in school. And not just from any old school, too. I graduated from an Ivy League school. You wish that you were as accomplished as me?
That is very impressive, Avery. I'm proud of you. But you still haven't found a job.
I already told you it's by choice. I won't settle for less than perfect. Why would I lower myself to work for some garbage company when I could work for the best? So of course I'm not working. I told you we are not the same.
I don't know. It sounds to me like we are more similar than you think.
Stop trying to compare us. I can't think of anything worse than being like you. You're unemployed and basically homeless. Not to mention still unmarried. You're grasping at straws trying to compare the two of us. I can't believe I'm going to have to live with a parasite of an aunt.
Excuse me? A parasite?
That's what I said. I finally found the perfect word to describe you. You really think you can get by having my parents take care of you? You're so pathetic, it's almost too much.
Do you not realize how horrible it is to say things like that? How could you say something so awful to your family? You shouldn't treat your elders like that. Or anyone, for that matter. You know your mother raised you better than that.
You're not my elder, just a leech. And if it's so hard for you to hear the truth, you should find a job quickly and move back out on your own. Don't forget that from tomorrow, you aren't living in your own home anymore. It's my parents' house.
Rebecca, do you have a moment? I don't mean to sound so blunt, but what in the world have you been telling Avery about me? What do you mean? What happened? The way Avery views me, she thinks I'm practically stealing from you. She told me that I'm a pitiful, unemployed homeless woman. She even went as far to call me a parasite. Is this because of something you've told her? Do you see me this way? Please be honest with me.
I want to understand the situation." She said what? Yes, all of that came directly from her. What exactly have you been telling her about me? And how? She thinks I'm mooching off of the both of you because I'm unemployed. Oh gosh. Now hang on just a second. You've got it all wrong, sis. I don't know what exactly she told you, but I think maybe there's some misunderstanding. Then will you please explain to me already what you've told her? I may not be working at the moment, but you know the extent of my situation. I already told you I'd be starting my new position in about 6 months. You didn't forget, did you? Of course I remember. Then why would you tell Avery that I'm unemployed and totally broke? Who exactly is struggling with money again? Yes, I know. But we haven't been able to tell Avery the truth about our situation. It's really difficult to break something like that to Avery. That both her parents lost their jobs. How could we tell her? There it is. I wanted to be wrong, but I figured that this was what happened. If we told Avery something like that, it would be awful. I can't imagine how stressed she would be if she knew we were both unemployed now. Avery is so sensitive compared to other girls. She would be so upset. We couldn't possibly bring that kind of stress on her. That's why we want to be extra careful to make sure she's okay. It's not that we want to hide the truth from her. We are just protecting her. Sensitive? That's the last word I would use to describe a girl who calls someone else a parasite. Because she's sensitive sometimes, she can be a little bit harsh. But I know she doesn't mean to be. And what about her career? She still hasn't found anything yet, but is content with calling someone else in a similar situation as herself a parasite? People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. From what she told me, it seems like she is barely even looking for a job. What are you saying? We may be in a bit of a difficult situation at the moment, but we would never force her to do something she doesn't want to. Like getting a job? Is that really so awful? If she were to end up at a company that she didn't like, we would be responsible. We don't want to put that kind of burden on our poor daughter. We have to make sure she gets the right job that she will be comfortable with. If she were just another mindless drone at an awful company, it would be such a miserable life for her. She deserves so much better than that. I see. So her behavior is your fault then. You've done nothing but spoil her all her life. Our fault? Why are you trying to place blame over nothing? You've never had a child, Katie. You don't know what it's like to be a parent. I don't want to be criticized on how I raise my daughter. Hasn't it already been 2 years since she graduated from university? Don't you think that it's about time that she started working somewhere? It isn't normal to wait so long. She claims to want to find a company that is suitable, but it's just an excuse, Rebecca. She isn't trying at all. Don't say things like that. I know she is trying very hard to find work. I told you, she's very sensitive and she's also shy. It's hard for her to really bring out her potential. I know she'll find the perfect job soon enough. Then she'll really be able to grow and develop her career. She did such a wonderful job in school. I'm confident she'll get a great job at a reputable company in no time at all. That's all well and good, sure. But I don't know how long I'll be able to live with that attitude of hers. I am a patient woman, but I also have my limits. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Of course I understand, Katie. You don't need to worry. But please don't say anything unnecessary to Avery. I don't want her to be stressed about anything. My husband and I will make sure to explain everything to her. I promise. I'm counting on that, Rebecca. I don't ever want that girl to call me a parasite again. Good morning, you miserable parasites. So you are finally decided on when you are moving out? It took you long enough.
You have gotten so much worse. Why do you keep acting like this? And how many times have I asked you not to call me that? You need to stop. It's so rude and irritating.
I'm just telling it how it is. I'm not being rude. You've been living off my parents' kindness for weeks now.
Is that what you think?
You don't even do anything. You've just been leeching off my family. Words can't express how happy I am that you will finally be leaving. All of those cardboard boxes piling up in the hallway. It's such a wonderful thing to see. It's all of your garbage getting ready to go.
I've been packing up some things here and there, yes.
Even someone as pathetic as you could finally find work. I thought it would never end. But the happy news is here. Just make sure that you keep your job this time around. Next time you lose your job, I'm going to make sure my parents don't let you come back.
How about you, Avery? Do you have any leads on a job? Any progress there? Still haven't made a decision, have you? If you don't hurry up, that'll be almost 3 years you haven't had any work. Applications don't send themselves.
Haven't I already explained this to you? I'm waiting for the perfect job that suits me. I won't settle for less. There's no reason to waste my potential.
You have explained it before. You always say the same thing, too. I'm starting to think that you don't have any potential to waste.
Excuse me? Of course I have potential. Unlike you, I went to a great school. That's why it's so hard to find something suitable to my standards. It really is so troublesome looking for a job when you're as high value as I am. To think I could have ended up as mediocre as you if I didn't have such a great education.
Mediocre?
That's right, mediocre. You don't really have any standards. Just being hired was enough for you, so it's not like you had to think very hard about it or make any big decisions. In my case, I have so much more to provide for a company. It's a chore finding something even close to suitable for me.
You must be so proud of yourself. But that top-of-the-line school that you went to really isn't pulling through for you in terms of employment.
You are such an annoying leech. Will you finish packing your things and get out already?
You're going to need to pack up your stuff pretty soon as well.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm not the one that's a parasite. Hurry up and get started with the packing. Take those boxes in the hallway with you when you leave, too.
And why would I need any of your things?
Who said they were my things? Everything that's packed up in boxes in the hallway, it's not mine. Those are all your mother and father's things.
What?
My patience with you has worn thin. I've already told your mother everything. You've got till the end of the month to move out.
What are you talking about?
Do I need to say it again? Don't waste any more time. Your mother and father have already started preparing. You need to get to packing the rest of your things.
You aren't making any sense. What is this all about? Why do we need to leave our own house?
Because I don't need any parasites in my home. The sooner you leave, the sooner I get some peace.
Your house?
Yes, my house. Go on then, get to packing. I'm fed up with you and both your parents. I don't want to see any of you in my house again.
Wait just a minute. What do you mean, your house? This isn't your house. This is my parents' house. My parents bought this house 5 years ago.
Maybe that's the impression you've been under, but that's unfortunately not the case. The reality is, it's my house, not your parents'. I'm the one who bought the house 5 years ago.
What? You bought the house?
I did. Even though I have no desire to get married or start a family, I still wanted to settle down. So I went ahead and made the decision to buy the house several years ago. Unfortunately, my company needed me to do some assignments overseas. In my absence, your parents have been taking care of the house for me.
There's no way. My parents never told me about this before. Why am I only hearing about it now from you?
I'm sure there are a lot of things your parents haven't told you about. It wasn't long after I bought it that your parents had moved in. It seems like your parents really took a liking to the place. They decided to look for a home similar to mine and look for new jobs along with it. It's great to have goals, but it won't get you very far if you don't plan accordingly. I don't know why they decided to quit their jobs before finding new ones. Maybe they thought that it wouldn't take long to find new work. Too bad it didn't work out like that. The only jobs they could find were worse than their previous ones. That's why your parents are still unemployed.
Unemployed? There's no way. You're lying. My parents aren't unemployed. How could the both of them not be working?
It's true. They aren't. I'm sure you're shocked to hear that for the first time, too.
I can't believe this. But how long have my parents been unemployed?
That's a really good question. I think it has to be about 3 years by now. From what they've told me, I think that they've used almost all of their savings by now, even though they haven't been paying anything for my house. They were really banking on their outstanding and proud daughter to find a high-paying job.
Their patience with you is admirable. Or maybe I should say misguided. Are you serious? Your parents had asked me to let them stay longer. I felt bad for them at first. I decided to let them continue living there even though I had come back. But their insufferable daughter really liked to test my patience. I tried to put up with it as long as I could. I didn't know about this. I didn't know about any of this. I had no idea they weren't working. And that we don't even own the house we live in. Your parents did a really good job of hiding reality from you, coddling and pampering you your whole life. But now it seems like you might need to step up and help them out. Help out? Good luck with job hunting. I know it's hard being such an overachiever. Maybe you can give your parents some advice on finding the perfect job. You have a lot of experience looking. Aunt Katie, please help. Is there any way that you could let me live with you? There's so much that I could learn from you. What's the problem, Avery? I've been doing a lot of thinking. I think it's so cool that you work abroad. You're so independent, too. You don't care about getting married or anything. It's so great that you've been able to do so much all on your own. You live the kind of life that I want to live. That's why I want to live with you and learn how I can be like you. What an incredible change of tune. After you called me a leech and a parasite how many times? That was just a misunderstanding. But now that everything is all cleared up, it's fine, right? And I really respect you. So please let me live with you. You don't have a job though, Avery. In what way would it benefit me to let you live with me? I can show you my potential. I can even work at the same company as you. Are you serious? I can't be here anymore. My mom and dad have become so strict all of a sudden. They keep telling me what to do left and right and that I need to find a job as soon as possible. I don't want to live with them anymore. They told me that I need to take care of them. Maybe that would be a good thing for you. With your top-notch degree, you should be able to find work. You could get a job anywhere and start making money. Yes, you're right, but I don't want to work at a company that isn't right for me. I would be more than happy to work at the same company as you, though. I promise you won't regret it. I'm a really hard worker. I can't believe how quickly you changed your mind. The place we're living in now is so cramped. And every day I'm at home, all I hear is my parents telling me to get a job. It's so annoying. I really don't want to be here anymore. I want to go back to living with you at your place. Well, it's very flattering that you want to live with me, and that you'd like to work at the same company as me. The normal process for being hired at any job is to apply and go through the interview process. That's fine. I won't have any trouble going through all of that. I'm your niece after all. Oh? And on top of that, I went to a great school. You know that. I'm confident they'll hire me right away. I'll show you that I can be useful. I think that this will be just a huge burden on me. I don't think I want to take care of a parasite. Unlike your parents, I don't have nearly as big of a heart as they do. But anyway, good luck with everything. I'm sure you'll find a job soon enough. Wait, please. So does that mean that you'll hire me? You know that I'll do great. All right. Then if you want to prove how great you are, how about you start applying to some jobs? Then once you've got a year of experience, I'll consider talking about step 2. What? That's right. You need to put in a bit of work. Then maybe I'll put in a good word for you. Maybe. What is this? I'm not just going to work for some other random company. Why are you making me jump through hoops? Because I haven't seen you put in any effort to get anything done. What do you mean? You really talk yourself up with how valuable you think you are. You have absolutely nothing to show for it. If you are all that you say you are, you'll figure things out. How can you say that to me? Like I said, time to put in a bit of effort. I expect to hear about all of your progress in a year. After our last conversation, I haven't heard anything from Avery. My sister mentioned that she and her husband would do their best to figure out their situation. She and her husband both started working whatever jobs they could find. They've also taken a more proactive role in helping Avery with finding a job. Unfortunately, their effort was wasted. Because of Avery's pride, she's been unable to get a job. It seems like they are going to make her attend the reunion for her graduating class in a last-ditch effort. Whether or not it'll help remains to be seen. But they are hoping that her lack of progress compared to her former classmates will encourage her to humble herself. Or she won't change at all and keep putting off employment. It's hard to say what will happen, but I'm sure her parents will keep up the pressure. Thank you for watching! If you enjoyed watching this video and you want to see more like it, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe.